Okay. Now we're good there. We're good here. I think we're gold. That's
Did the Discord chime change and I just was never paying attention?
yeah, it updated. Now it's done.
I liked the old chime.
I think you can change it back.
Then I'll have to like look for things. This is exhausting.
That's weird. Oh. Everything is good together.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Not hearing you before.
No, it wasn't working.
I was making so many jokes, and they were just falling flat.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate.
So I say again, it's my clock.
Howdy.
You know where your children are.
Screaming upstairs, actually. I don't know what over, but somebody is screaming.
Trust.
Oh my god. It's not an angry scream, so there's that.
Alright. My gym chat chronometer is just going crazy bits. Demands. Can you hear it now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear her?
I
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay. I'm just hearing too much silence from the other end. It's starting
Can
to
you
hurt.
hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
You're just not responding because your jokes are funny?
Damn.
Everyone, meet Kate.
She said you ain't got no
Kate's
nipples.
my girlfriend. So I got no nipples.
Okay, so we don't have Artificer and we don't have
Hey.
who's the new guy? Star Lord. What was he playing again? Was that a Ranger? Barbarian?
Goliath.
Okay.
Barbarian, the naked
Boy,
one.
close
Yeah.
Not admittedly a great start for him, but I mean, not everybody can start off tied to a bed in a brothel.
this. Why not? Sounds like fun.
Never said it was
I mean, clearly somebody was trying to get freaky with him.
Yeah, he was just vampire food.
Yeah. It's just chilling.
I mean, vampires are straight up like the whole experience of sexual tension in the Victorian era. So,
There you go. There you have it. Lost veggies. How present are you?
Hi. Sorry, what was the question? You broke up a little bit.
Are you present and available for game? Are you ready to get?
I am. Yes. Yes, I am.
Nice.
I was just muted because my kids are also going off to bed, so I just wanted to
Oh, okay.
get rid of the
Yeah.
noise.
That's right. So we have 2 new players. We're missing one fella. I'm assuming he's not going to make it tonight. We're missing 2 fellas. If they hop in, it'll be
I believe
fantastic.
they said as much earlier. So,
Okay, so we will roll with what we have because we have enough players for a game. I will say that we're gonna actually tease you with. They're just gonna. They're not gonna immediately perform anything. We're gonna pick up with some action here. And
Yeah.
whilst y'all are gathering yourselves in the hallway out here, we're first gonna go to the kitchen.
Fireball. What?
Right?
Do 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 do. That.
Up here, the kitchen.
Don't be coming down here and squealing.
Let's not do it. We're just sort of going over there and so Brodus, this is gonna be off the cuff, just to get you into the story. You have been here for X amount of time, however you see fit for your character backstory. You were hired by a fella who called himself Big on the Pro.
Okay, I gotta be. Stop.
He invited you to come and work in his kitchen. There are two kobolds, old cooks, that work alongside you. You have been basically sharpening your skills, learning new recipes from various items that you never really knew went together. This fella, this little lady here, her name is Kusa. Right here is Gavin. Need to make sure you can adjust that, just the supernatural permissions name and boom. So they've basically taken you under your wing and taught you things you're doing as you see fit. And you are woken up one evening this apparently seems to be his. Know that for a fact. There's a dining room over here, on this side of the map. And then on this side of the map goes into a slightly upper level, which is a meeting room that is run by a group of people calling themselves the Undertakers. They generally run this whole place here. Amalora was pretty much kind of the barkeep, main major domo barkeep situation. The Undertakers, which is a group of 5, 6, maybe 7 people, we're not too sure. Haven't really had any interaction with them, so they come through here occasionally, but they mostly keep above level. And they generally come from here, and they will wander through these other various stores to other locations. You do know that down here on the bottom of the map are suites. This is kind of like a hostel area. There's a meeting room and then various different chambers or rooms there for rent. That's where we're picking up with you. Is there anything that you want to do or say at this point to get you into the game?
Well, I'd definitely like to try to see where that burning is that kind of entices me a little.
You betcha. So let's get from you a perception check.
Okay. So, let's see, it's been a while since I've used roll 20, so give me a second. Alright.
Yeah, no problem.
Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, right?
Well, what you that's one way. You can also on your character sheet, scroll down to perception, hover over it with your cursor, and hit it.
How do I access my character sheet?
In the top right, there is a little book called the journal.
Okay, I think I got it. It's loading now. Okay, perfect. And then you said it's I just hit perception, and then it'll do it automatically.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. So generally, since it's broken up into two different columns, the one on the left is if you have advantage for the situation, the one on the right is disadvantage. Correct, people? Do we or something?
Correct, or the one on the left is if you have neither advantage or disadvantage, you just use the.
Okay. Good. We're gonna go with the one on the left, especially since you have a keen sense of smell, senses and such. There's definitely something on fire here. You look over. Fireplace. See a fire placed in this room, which is odd. We're gonna roll with that. You smell the candles burning and such. Smell of wax. I'm gonna move you as you're wandering and sniffing the air. But Moo are watching you.
Thank you for the follow.
Ella watches you put your nose to the air, and she does the same tentatively as well, quizzically. And you start to pinpoint that the smell is coming from this door here, wafting through this door.
Okay.
Thank you for the bit.
I'm gonna ask Kala, do you smell something?
I smell savory, herbaceous. She's trying to clearly impress you. Some savory, herbaceous, maybe a fritter. Are you working on something in the kitchen? Something tasty and delightful?
I am, but do you smell something that's not something I'm cooking?
She looks at you quizzically. I can't really say I am, but she does notice that you're looking towards the door. And she says, somebody came running through that door pretty quickly just a moment ago, and they seem to be looking for stop.
I'm gonna go for the door.
Beyond the door is a hallway. It goes for about 15 feet. It goes to the right and goes up. And you don't even have to go. You go through the door and get to like right where the turn of the corridor is, and through this area you can see on the tunnel that goes up beyond the stairs. You can see firelight for sure, and there's smoke billowing up in that area, and it's slowly filling the hallway. And it looks like there is a fire beyond. Now, in your mind's eye, you remember what that chamber looked like. Have a flash to show you what it looks like. That you can mind's eye moving flag. There we go. There we go. In your mind's eye, this was the general layout of the room. You do know that there was a fire pit up there, for sure, but maybe the fire pit has gotten out of control.
Hey, nerd.
You would maybe instinctually go up there and try to figure out what's going on, but the smoke that's
Thank you for the
coming
alert.
through there is quite thick. And you have a sense of danger.
I am reading
Tingling in your arms.
a little bit of
That danger tingles.
everything, so I have several chats up.
No bueno, there is a fire. There is a fire.
The tingle is how you know it's working.
I'm also reading the map. TQ Lefty, thank you for the
What
like.
do you do about that?
I am going to listen to my horns and go back into the little common area and let Ala and Luke know. Hey, there's a fire up there, and it's getting pretty bad.
Lou leaps into action. Lou grabs a jug of water, a pitcher of water from beneath the bar, and rushes towards the door. Ala says fire, and she starts backing up away. You can see that there is a bit of a fear in her eyes, and she's looking around for an alternate exit, and she actually run for this door. Just runs for it. Let's jump to Orvis. Orvis. You are in your tiny little suite. You can hear a conversation coming from outside in the common room there from other people who are staying, adjoining suites. Packing your things, getting ready and such to move forward. And you had heard a commotion out in the hallway beyond your area, hostile area. You heard shouting. You heard the sound of whistles. Something you've heard before. What do you do?
I'm gonna go back into that other room, those guys that I was talking to the other night, and say, hey, did you guys hear that? What is that going on? Have you heard that before?
So, Amalia and Alexia. What you know, they have traveled together, or maybe they have been talking about traveling together since meeting. They look up at your entrance. Can you move your token, by the way? Grab it with your
No.
cursor.
I'm trying.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll fix it.
I can't do it.
This is
I
a
can't do it.
I can't do it. This is a common thing. No word. Not just you.
The magic box.
Can you move it now?
No. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Got it.
Good. All right. Yeah, you enter the room. perception check. As I mentioned, you go to your character sheet. Character. Down, punch perception. Okay. Here's a map. It is drawn in ink. There are several sigils and writings all about it. When you enter Vaxia, she grabs the corner and starts filling it up quite rapidly. Upon your entrance, clearly whatever is on the map, they did not want you to see. They look at each other. Say, this place can get noisy every now and then. Yeah, it sounded like there was something going on down the hallway. We don't go down there, no. Stay to our places, says Vaxia. Malia nods in agreement.
I say to them, how come you don't go down there?
None of our concern. Vaxia. They're quite busy.
Well, I'm really curious to know what that noise is, so I think I'm gonna go check it out.
Lamia gestures to the door, as if to say, knock yourself out.
Alright, so I'm gonna...
And as you move to the door, you hear them unfurling the map again.
Okay, I stop. And I turn around. And I go back into the entrance of the door and I say, hey, what's on that map?
They look at each other and they look at you. Amalia says, this is none of your concern. And one. This is our...
I say, hey, I'm pretty good at maps, so I need you to help you out with that.
You're not asking for your help.
I may be able to help you out with that.
You trying to persuade them of
Yes,
yourself?
I'm trying to persuade.
Quick break here. I don't know where you're on the previous map, because it looks like everyone else is. Can everyone see the map where you're currently on?
It's a little network of sort of underground tavern kind of shape.
Yeah.
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 It just says that you
Yeah,
stuff
for some
on
reason
the
I'm
map
not.
for some reason.
Yeah,
Might be coolest on the regular map.
Yeah, it
Check
might
your
Yeah, because I'm on the browser version of Roll20 because I'm using a different computer than I normally am.
I'm on the browser version. And
yeah, that shouldn't have the effect, but double check the flag. Johnny, double check the flag and make sure there aren't like extra flags kicking about on your pages, because it might be that he actually is stuck in a place separately from all of this.
I can do that. I will actually move it and move it back again.
Because the yellow one is like all of us, and like I think different colored ones will pop up if people get separated.
Really? I did not know this. So there is the Undertaker chamber. Here.
I see.
Yeah, it's a new feature that went in a little while ago, so you can like split the party, so you can have like folks on one map and other folks on another map.
Look at you staying abreast of new developments.
Oh no, I was splitting the party in one of my other games, and I was like, oh, this is great. You're over here, you over here, you're both boned.
So I moved the flag back.
I mean, I can see his token is right by the door to the stairwell.
Yeah, my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah, and I
you
can
guys, but I
can see the different like the names of the tokens that you put on there. It's like they're like showing up as like underneath this map.
Can you-
It's like
Let's refresh your screen.
Hit the refresh button. in the Matrix.
Okay.
Magic box is fickle.
And so, Corvus, are you trying
I'm going to roll persuasion because I want to persuade them to let me see the map because I believe that I can help them with it. So I'm going to roll persuasion.
He had halfway furled the map, and you don't have to roll multiple times. You're good. Vaxia puts her fingertips on the map that Amaya was rolling up, and they exchange a quick glance, and they look back at you, and Vaxia unfurls the map and shrugs her shoulders, blinks slowly, and then indicates with her right hand for you to approach the table and cast your gaze on the map. Say it again.
Okay, so
And actually,
I take a look at the map. What'd you say? I take a look at the map and I notice right away that it's very, 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 very old. And I ask her how long it's been in her possession.
Vaxia says, I purchased this. Actually, it was a trade. For loot. And crafted loot. Heirloom. That's what she looks like. Her eyes.
My eyes, I get very interested in the use of the word heirloom. And I want to know more. And so I ask her, where did you loot it from?
Says, it was crafted by my great-grandfather. I get another persuasion from you. I'm going to give you a +4 on this. Actually, I misspoke. I don't want persuasion. My bad. I want. So let me get this one. I want perception. The other keeper. Perception. This one. Blah, da, da, da. Well, so she traded an heirloom loot that one of her ancestors gave her for this particular map. Clearly, this map is of great import. Cast your gaze upon it, and it looks like that it could possibly be a particular level of this layer. Something that looks familiar about it. Something itches in the back of your mind, as if you've seen this layout, or maybe you've even walked the corridors. It's a very peculiar sensation. So peculiar, actually, that you find yourself taking a few steps backwards, away from it, as you're
I'm going to immediately leave the room.
living in this sense memory.
I'm immediately leaving the room. I'm feeling very uncomfortable with what I'm seeing. And it's reminding me something of my past. And I'm immediately leaving the room. I do not say goodbye. I just turn my back and I immediately go to the door.
You hear them mutter to each other, quizzically, about your response, and when you do that, this young lady is running into the corridor, frantic. She's wide-eyed. She looks at you and she says, "Fire! Fire! We need to get out! We need to get out!" She looks in your direction, seeing that is a dead end. She rushes to this door, starts yanking on it.
back to her.
You see that there's a group of people down here. You group of people, you see that there are people down here. Let's get to the group of people. At this point, y'all have chased Carlos and his mistress into the secret tunnel. Apparently, this person is advancing towards you down the hallway. Do you want to describe yourself, Corvus?
Yeah, I am about 5 foot tall, very slight of build, very dark haired, very dark skinned, half elf. I'm wearing dark clothing and have a long sword sort of thrown across my back. And what you notice first of all about me is how small and how slight I am. And that I appear to be quite young.
There's a dwarf standing here in the junction and says, "Youngling, stand back. We're entering danger."
I'm not afraid.
You said dark skin, half elf. Does she look like half crow?
I don't. It's a good question. I'm gonna say no.
That would be a problem.
I am male, by the way. I am male.
So you see that this person here is eyeing you, and this person is a satyr. It's giving you a very, very hard once over, trying to figure out what she's looking at.
Hey guys, I'm not here to cause any problems. I just heard some noise and I want to see what's going on.
So what was that about a fire?
Fire! You see Kala down here at the end of the hallway. She comes back into this junction. She rushes to this door here. You can hear her breathing is elevated. She's very anxious.
Right.
Colson, did you get overzealous with your fireball?
I mean, I haven't dropped a fireball lately.
Yes, you did. You dropped 4 in that room. But I don't know that. I know that about my character.
Oh, right, those fireballs. Was it 4? I didn't think it was that many. I think I only got up to 3.
It was still a
I
lot.
was, like, really, really enthusiastic about dropping the 4th one, but, like, at that point, they were pretty much done getting bombed. I'm not in a good mood right now.
Wilson, can you give a 3-sentence description of what you look like?
So I'm a comparatively well-dressed fellow who is currently holding a hand of playing cards, and eyeing you suspiciously, but noting that you're not currently brandishing hardware. I've decided that you're not enough of a threat to take down at the moment. I'm also looking close.
And Corvus, you also notice person here. You want to describe yourself, fast?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Talking to you.
Willis.
So I'm very tall, slender, fit, mysterious looking creature. Not quite intimidating, but not quite friendly.
Is your lineage obvious, or are you being obtuse?
It's pretty obvious. Very cautious about your approach.
So I say again, hey, I just came down here because I heard some noise and I just
You live down
So,
here.
do you work here or are you staying here?
I'm just staying here for the night. I just got in last night.
Did
And
you
I'm
know
staying
that
in-
your hosts were vampires?
Oh no.
Okay.
What?
There's a fire! There's a fire up there! She's pointing down the hallway. Is there a way out? Is there a way
Wait,
down here?
wait. Are you saying there's a fire upstairs?
The fire! She's pointing back down the hallway.
Okay, this one's on me, guys. That's my bad. I apologize. I assume somebody has create water.
Let's jump to Grotus for a second. Grotus!
Yes.
You do. Go do.
I probably at some point have gone back and told Kusa and Gambit about the fire. And I'm assuming I know that really the only way out is through this door here. The one right here.
That is one of the many doors that are here. There's that door that you're sitting in front of. There's these two that lead to dining rooms. There's this one that leads to Dragon Malorum's chamber, bed chamber, and then of course the one exit.
Is it now?
One proper exit that you know of. You don't think that there are any other exits aside from this one. Honestly, you may or may not be concerned that that young lady ran down this hallway looking for another exit. Yamon and Kusa, they also grab pitchers of water and they rush foolishly, heartily to the exit door.
Pictures. Well, I'm thinking that this pictures of water. It's gonna be great. I'm thinking that this job is not what I was expecting, and therefore probably not worth my time or body with trying to put out the fire. So I'm gonna actually probably head down the hallway, like,
Command for taking initiative. You get to the crossroads, and you see that Kala is down here. He's speaking to a group of people. He's yelling at them that there's a fire and they need to get out of here.
And meanwhile, I'm looking at the group and saying, what do you mean they're fucking vampires?
I thought your hosts are vampires was a pretty straightforward statement that contained no ambiguity.
wait, vampires?
Now, what was this about a secret door that somebody just darted out of?
Secret door. Don't mention a secret. I don't remember mentioning a secret door.
Like, about
Secret tunnel?
10 minutes ago, somebody said something about a secret door, and I wasn't sure what area you were talking about.
I remember saying secret door. Well, do you want me to tell you where the doors are?
I mean, I can see where the doors are.
Yeah, and you can tell by this totally obsequious black box here that goes somewhere.
Yeah.
There's this door.
Certainly nobody's going to take a dump in that room.
We didn't spend very much time in the tavern back.
No.
We didn't notice it.
Yeah. Now, secret door. Maybe you were talking about the one that Arliss and his mistress escaped through. They had
Yeah,
moved
that would be
the
the
bed. Yeah. Okay. Yes, the last episode they had moved the bed and revealed a hole in the floor, and there are stairs.
But he would have to be carrying her because she is asleep for 6 hours, or for 8 hours. So he would have to
She is
carry her.
She is a wee lass. The wee lass. He let her in there in his arms lovingly. Mistress, I will get you to safety. You remember him saying, I will get you. I'll get you to your haven. As he descended the stairs. So the secret door would be right about here where the bed was.
Okay. So we just need to make sure the silly thing doesn't explode on us when somebody tries to open it. exploding because it's the cover for the secret door that would otherwise, be a thing?
It has been pulled aside quite hastily,
Oh, so it's just like
Reveal.
it's out of the way and there's a staircase.
and that's why there's this little impromptuly developed red box here to indicate where the bed is currently.
There is not,
No
but
red
I am
box.
excited for you. I assume it's in the GM lair.
No red box.
Nope, no box.
No red box for you.
Yeah, now red.
There's red box. I see the red
That's
box.
the red box. The red box.
It's
Yeah,
full
so
of
the bed was
mystery.
here, and it has been moved aside.
Okay, we need recon on this one. See if that's a way out. There are other people here.
There's like a ton of people here.
Okay.
There's people amassed in the hallway.
I'm just kind of hanging back because I'm really taken aback by what I discovered in the last 10 minutes between the map and the vampires. I have stepped back behind everybody else and I'm just kind of watching.
Did the barbarian go off to try to find his clothes and his stuff, or is he still there naked?
He's
Isn't
still
this
kind of
stuff in
stuck here naked. The stuff was not in here. No, he's still standing there quite naked.
All right, let's go find his clothes. No point in escaping if he's going to be all like weird about it.
That is fair. Tiana, can you remind me what that purple dot is on your head?
That's me concentrating on her sleeping.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, Colson, you want to go search for clothing for, or his clothing specifically for the barbarian?
Yes, because I don't want to be watching this all day.
There are bed sheets.
I mean, we're
I
going
will
to call
say
that
this.
plan B, but I also want this guy to be like in something flexible enough for him to like whoop some ass in. And the bedsheet is not going to get the job done because togas are a pain in the ass to fight in. Don't ask me why I know that. I do know that.
All right. Very well. I'm assuming since you placed your your token there that you're searching this little storeroom.
I'm going to poke my head in and see what's up.
It's locked. It says, "Can I get through there? I don't think it's an exit. It's locked."
Wait, do you work here?
Use a
Yes.
matron. Works here. Yeah.
Whichever one just said, I think it's a store, or whichever one just said, like, I don't think this is an exit. Who said that?
Kala.
Is that this Kala one?
Yep.
Do you work here?
Say Takala.
I do.
Kala rushes forward to Nalindra. Actually, Nalindra. She.
This is why I don't tip.
She rushes forward upon seeing you. She's quite frantic. But she rushes forward and wraps her arms around your waist.
Ugh.
Remember that
got weird.
She was fancying you in the previous episode. She goes, "You can get us out of this, yes? You can get us out of here." Terribly afraid of fire. Terribly afraid of fire. My village burned when I was young. I see tears starting to well up in her eyes.
Oh, okay.
Steps forward and says, "Okay, calm down there, little girl. Fire's not something to be really concerned about."
I'm going to need you to unhand me. You will be fine. I promise.
Oh, she is grasped upon you.
I reach down and grab her by her arms and pry her off of me. Let go of me. You will be fine. Stop.
Give me a persuasion or intimidation.
I'm feeling risky today. Maybe if I can find my millionth tab I've opened.
Okay.
Ouch.
Ah, fuck.
Rolling intimidation. She. Well, she's clearly not intimidated by you. She just latches on even stronger.
Clearly mixed
She
messages.
she reaches
Obviously.
around and grabs her own wrist and just locks down on you, and just her whole body just tenses up, and she's practically putting her whole weight on you. At this point, she is in shock. May not even know or realize what she's doing, quite honestly.
Wonderful.
You can feel that her entire body is just quivering, quaking.
Okay, I come up to her and say, "Hey, come over here. It's not. We're gonna get rid of the fire. It's gonna be all right. You'll be okay."
Please take this child. Remove her from me.
Please take this.
Please.
You can notice as you get closer that this very tall elf is a high elf. Purpose. Okay. You, Tiana, are sending your fairy lights down, and they illuminate the stairs. They go down about 8 feet and then level off into a corridor of darkness. And it seems like your fairy lights are attempting or are fizzling against the darkness. It is so
It's
So,
like magical darkness. Is that what it feels like to me?
maybe the way it's affecting your fairy lights, yeah, because they seem less effective. They seem to fizzle and spark a bit and dim. They still retain a little bit of illumination. It's like when your flashlight starts running low on batteries and it's just.
Hate that.
Yeah. You pump a couple of cards into the lock. That door is unlocked.
Groovy.
You can enter it. And you can see that it looks like well, I see some stacks of wood there. I'm assuming that's wood. The other rooms, it looks like these are probably suites that people pay a few silver for because bedding is basically just hay and fur and tattered blankets. Yeah, and then this far storage area is another ramshackled bed and just a bunch of disused crates and such. A lot of them are leaking. Smells like old food even. And here you see some rats, of course, scurrying
Okay.
throughout.
So this is like extra. This is like the low budget lodgings.
Yeah.
All
This is
right.
the Motel 6 version of the hostel.
I thought we were already in the Motel 6.
You shut your mouth.
All right. We'll try this door.
Corvus. Okay. Corvus, do you want to intimidate or?
What I want to do is pry Koa off of her.
Okay. Strength, or you could use your strength to do that.
Maybe we need to try persuasion first.
Give
And
you
say, "Hey, really, the fire is not going to hurt you. Really, we're gonna get it out. It's gonna be all right. Come to me. Get off of her."
have disadvantage on this. She is not letting go.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, I'm going to actually put my hands around her and try to physically pry her off.
Okay.
And how do I roll a strength roll? Right here.
On your sheet, you'll see.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
You are a slight fellow. You managed to break her grasp, but she's still just pressing into the high elf, leaning into her. And when you break that that fist grab that she has on her wrist, that clenching, she actually squeals. Does so. What is Curtis doing?
I'm just kind of taking this all in because I mean I don't know who these people are, but they seem interesting, and I know Kala, and this is. Do I know her? Well, do I know her?
You are, yes. I mean, you don't know her, but she's been there for a bit.
Okay.
Been
Okay.
around, so she's an acquaintance, a customer, if you will, a repeat customer.
Okay. Is this odd behavior for her, or is this kind of on par?
But you haven't seen this. Really, you haven't seen this before.
Okay.
Clearly suffering a major anxiety attack from this aspect of a fire.
Can I try to persuade her?
You can definitely do that.
Is she is she has she been saying she's afraid of fire?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Something about her village burning down.
And she's latched on.
And she won't let go.
I am going to prestidigitate a flame between her and.
Oh my gosh.
I really don't want to be touched.
Name? What's the elf's name?
Melindra.
Nalindra. So I'm going to prestidigitate a flame in between her and see if that will make her let go.
Damn, that's harsh. But effective. She screeches out and falls into Corvus, letting loose of Nalindra.
And I immediately fall back onto my butt because she's much bigger than me and squashes me. I yell, "Ah!"
At this point, Kala scurries to her feet. Her feet, and real like she pulls past Conan, dwarf, and thunders through this doorway, leaving it slightly ajar. Move her out of visual range.
Did we leave bodies in that room? I can't remember.
There were two people, a mother and son.
No, I think we convinced them that we were right. Or did we kill them? I can't remember.
You did not. No, you didn't kill them.
It's been a while since we've murdered something.
To move. You convince them to move on. Goliath steps forward. He has a bed sheet wrapped around him. He still looks quite large. He also looks quite peaked and weak, having been drained by the vamp. He's leaning against the stone wall there. He says, "I need water. Water is what I need." Leo gives him his flask. Let's go to Grotus. Grotus, what are you up to?
I mean, I'm gonna just ask. I mean, what's what are you guys doing here? Yeah, what? There's a fire. You guys aren't trying to help out. What? Who are you?
Well, we were watching some shadowy figures float down the stairs through this area, and we followed them and found this. And she looks up at Goliath. This young fella here, chained to the bed, and a vampire feasting on him. So we dispensed with her, and now he's looking for his stuff. You wouldn't happen to know where his stuff is, would you?
you mentioned vampires. What vampire are you talking about? Who do you
Well,
think is a vampire?
there were lots. I mean, upstairs, those whatever they call themselves, traitors, are all vampires. And one of them was down here and having a fun time with the Goliath here.
It
Did
was
any of
not
these
a fun
vampires
as-
get any of you guys?
Pardon?
Now you
I asked you if any of those vampires got any of you guys, or if he just got the Goliath.
I
You
don't
can see that he has
think
bite
that
marks
he's
on the right side of his neck.
turned.
you the person that you named. I heard someone say a name. Was it the name of the person who hired me?
Yeah, are you going to
No one
mention
has-
that name? Because that's going to become
no
a
one-
problem for you.
No one has mentioned that name. No.
No
She
one
was
has.
talking
Okay,
about
I
the
thought.
Undertakers. Talking about
Okay.
the group they called themselves the Undertakers. They were the traitors that you have interacted with, but only briefly.
Okay.
She's referring to them as
and I
being
didn't
vampires.
and I didn't know anything about who hired me being a part of that.
Dragon, yeah, he didn't say anything about.
Okay. Well,
Listen,
you guys
in
seem
this
to know.
room-
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm gonna work on something in the background.
Somebody go.
You guys seem to know what's going on down here. Obviously, there's something very odd. Do you guys know another way out?
That's a funny story.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a creepy little gnome has trapped us down here and will not let us leave.
Creepy, treacherous, conniving, deceitful.
That's definitely going to be a problem because the only way that I know of out is currently billowing smoke into the hallway.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think Colson got a little overzealous.
Oh, so
Speaking
that was
of
you guys.
Colson, you thoroughly searched this room. It looks like it's a four-top. There are 4 beds in here. You don't see anything that could have belonged to the Goliath, but as you are about to exit,
Those
you
are
see. Yeah, those are beds.
I
Just
actually
under
did not
this-
think this. I actually completely thought this was a storeroom.
Under this bed right here, underneath the bed, you see a pair of boots.
No, I'll tuck
And
those
they
away
look
for later.
Yeah, there you go. They look well made. Actually, when you touch them, you get a little. Oh, what's this?
Were I not potentially in mortal danger, I would take some time to check these things out. But at the moment, secondary concern. However, they are going in the pack.
Okay.
Then I will move my decorative buttocks on this away.
Love it. Also locked. I imagine you would do your card trick.
I would absolutely do my card trick.
Do you
You want
think
me to-
that perhaps I should take care of the fire upstairs?
I mean, the alternative is we close the door down here, hope that we starve out the oxygen in that room, and then try to leave without potentially setting off a backdraft effect. But if you've got the ability to put out the fire, you may want to. That may be our only exit. Unless we have to go chasing the vampire.
Won't that be an adventure?
I think I'm gonna go warn my new friends. They may not have heard that there's a fire, and so if we're all gonna be trapped down here, they need to know that we may all be trapped down here and there's no other exit. So I'm gonna go over here and say, hey, I don't know if you heard there's a fire, but we might get trapped down here. There's no other entrance, no other exits.
Well, there is another exit. However, we might not want to go there.
Oh no, if that's the other exit, we're absolutely going down there.
We've come this far, we might as well.
Listen,
Okay, well, I will
You-
wander on down the hallway then. And I guess I can see the smoke start to come under the door,
You
or this
are-
door is open or whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
the
smoke
closer
won't
you get-
get into this area unless like something really weird goes on upstairs, because the
can
smoke would rise and go
sm-
wherever the air is.
You can smell it. There's definitely, it's becoming stronger of a smell, but you don't see any smoke lingering as you had previously with the mist. Anna, if you go up in there, you see Ammon and Lou and Sa. They're rushing to and fro. It looks like they have like a bucket brigade. Going on.
Maybe you
Lou-
guys want to just wait here.
Who calls out to you, says, "Quick, hurry! The upper chamber is on fire. We need all the hands that we can muster." And he's like points
You
at
might want to just take a seat at the bar.
lives are in danger. This is the only way out.
Well, I'll handle it.
We're
Just
not
take
allowed
a
to
seat
spread.
at the bar.
You mad? You mad?
You wouldn't be the first to say that. My mother used to say that all the time.
He rushes to the kitchen to refill his pitcher.
I carry no pitcher. I carry a a loot and a backpack, but no pitcher. And I make my way up these. I don't know if they're stairs or a ladder.
Other stairs. You're gonna go into the alternate chamber. Closer you get, you definitely start to see smoke billowing out into that corridor that you're standing in. You can start to feel heat. Give me a perception check. There is no way should be this much heat coming from what Coulson did. There wasn't that much material up there to burn. I mean, most of it is stone, right? You know, some of the furniture, the woodwork. This feels, the closer you get to it, this feels like a full-on, I say,
Inferno?
artificially enhanced blaze.
Okay.
That
Can I
smarmy
see
little
it?
bastard.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you can push forward. It starts. You do see the chamber ahead. It's clearly engulfed in flame. The closer you get, you're actually feeling the heat, and it gives you pause. You don't want to go any further. You can push forward if you would like,
Well,
but it does look like the chamber is fully engulfed in flame.
but I can see inside the chamber from the hallway in which I stand, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, I will pull my lute from my back. I will strum a strong tune, and I will dispel magic on the chamber. If it's magical fire, that should kill it.
Boop. Need to roll anything for this, or do I need to roll anything?
I don't know. It depends. Whatever spell. So if the spell that was used to create the fire is of 3rd level or lower, then it will automatically end. If it's 4th level or higher, then I'll have to make a check. So you have to tell me if the spell to create the fire was.
You are suspecting that this is magically enhanced. Have a DC in mind if you want to roll to try to hit it. I'm gonna definitely attempt to do so.
Okay, so the DC. So I make an ability check with my spellcaster. That is charisma.
All right. Whip
Let's
out your
go.
loot. Start plucking a tune.
That smarmy
And-
little bastard dropped a wall of fire, didn't he?
Curiously, you see as you're playing, there is some sort of effect on the flame, but it's not what you expected. It seems that the flame has become aware of what you were doing. And it grows redder, oranger, more fierce. And just when you think maybe I need to get the hell out of here, lurches forward straight at you and blasts you back down the corridor.
It's like a higher than 6th level. Wow. Okay.
No, it's a summoned creature.
And you will take 3 points bashing damage from being shoved back down the corridor away. And you can see that the flames, now that you pick yourself up and pick up your loot, that the flames have actually entered that corridor now, and they are slowly eating their way towards you.
So it's like a creature that's coming towards me.
Something. It's something. Musa comes running into the corridor. So she's been knocked back through here with her pitcher of water. She sees that the flames have enraged. She drops the water. It spills across the floor,
Oh,
stonework, and she rushes back in. He's going for gammon.
Okay, I will then put my loot back on my back and I will put my hands out and I will send a moonfire at this creature.
Ooh.
It's 15 dex save. Or take 13 radiant.
Okay. All right. How dexterous is this?
Okay, well,
Oh, look at that. Save,
okay.
whatever it is.
And I will back up. Is it following me towards the stairs?
Yes.
I will yell
This
at the
is like
top of my at the top of my lungs, Melindra!
Oh boy.
Back to the group. Coulson. Let's get to Coulson first for a second. Then we'll get to Corvus. Coulson, you pop open that door, and it is a small chamber, and inside the chamber is, you thought it was a dog at first, maybe? Something on all fours, and it looks like it's chained to the floor. And there's something wrapped around its head. It looks like it might be maybe it was like a part of a cloth bag. But then you realize it's only covering its mouth, and it's not a dog. It is actually some sort of humanoid creature that lurches forward to the end of its chain, attempting to leap upon you. It's definitely a feral something, and you quickly realize that no, this isn't a dog. This is a either a child or a small humanoid. It has gone rabid.
well, this can't be good.
Snarls at you. Snarls at you. At the end of its chain wrapped around
My
its neck,
goodness.
and it's just clawing at you. It's spitting at you. There's a cloth covering over its mouth, as I mentioned.
Does it
And here it's
look like animal, or is it just like a feral kid?
feral kid.
Well, this is a scenario.
Nervous to hear this happening, since you're right there.
So I'm
How would you
going
do this?
to roll a perception to see if I can figure out what this feral kid may need to calm down.
Okay. So it's definitely a wild child. Clearly by the looks of it. I'm gonna move over here for continuity's sake, so you can see it. It's clearly been here for a while. It's dirty. It looks like it keeps opening wounds around its neck from the chain that's around its neck. You see scraps of bone and various plates and such that are cast aside. Definitely a captive creature. It would take considerable effort or skill to try to get through to it because it is just in a rabid state.
I say to Colson, hey, we should get out of here. This kid doesn't look like something that I can handle.
I just kind of glance at him.
Yanking at the
Onan!
chain against him. I'm coming! I'm coming, Colson! Oh! Let's see. His eyes on the rabid child.
You think you can do anything for him?
I'll set my skills to it. Just please, the two of you, back away.
I go back to the door.
Fuck.
It's okay, child. It's okay.
Where the hell would they have stashed his stuff?
So Onan's down here engaged with the rabbit child. Over here at the door, you can hear Lamalia and Vaxia still in there. Seem unaware of what's going on outside beyond their door.
I stick my head back into the door and say, hey, there's a fire. We need to get out.
Their eyes go wide. They start grabbing their stuff, their packs. They fold up the map or roll up the map real quick. It runs over here and bangs on this door. Aaron's attention. Okay. They start gathering their things. Is there anything else you intended to do?
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Okay, they're getting their stuff. All right, back to the group over here. Bill says, so what are we gonna do about this?
Does Arkad know what room he was in before he got knocked out?
You didn't ask him, really? Honestly?
Would Nilindra, can you figure out where this guy was before he got dragged?
I can try. He seems rather confused still and pale.
Upside the head until it works out for him.
Do you want to engage with him?
I'm in like
Leaning
my
against the wall.
last nerve.
Maybe we just let him walk around naked and call it a day.
We're not doing that.
Oh, have some
You
fun.
hear Tiana calling out for Nalindra.
And a clearly magically enhanced yell.
Sounds like Naked Man here lives to stay naked. I immediately start walking towards wherever Tiana was yelling from.
Hey, Nalindra's Leo's calling out to you. What about that hole? He's pointing towards the chamber where Arliss and his mistress disappeared to.
The hole will have to wait, Leo. Tiana needs something. It sounded pretty urgent.
That smell, Leo says.
It smells like fire.
Jump in on here too. It's like fire. Arkansas smells like fire.
You are more than welcome to follow
Fire.
me. You too, Naked Man. And I just continue. I
So,
just walk. I run. Hop, skip, and a jump. I got long legs. I walk fast.
You do. Leo supports Arkin. Nice. They're just slowly shuffling in your direction.
I suggest you
What's
keep
going on
up.
with you?
I don't really have much else to do other than just follow this new group and see if they could help me get out of here. So I'm gonna.
Can I get a perception check?
Sure.
So you have heard Coulson muttering to himself, where's this guy's stuff? It comes to your mind that you actually recall seeing Dragon Malorum with one of the Undertakers. You believe the guy he was palling around with was somebody by the name of Malloy. This is what he looked like, by the way. Red-headed, goateed fella. He, Dragon and Malloy, would occasionally take things into that chamber that you think is where Dragon lived, basically, his little apartment. Not quite odd, but it's not not your place to question. Gives you an idea that quite possible. It's what Coulson is looking for.
All right, so I am going to tell Coulson about the door and what I saw. And I will mention the name.
is that where the lost and found would be for folks that like abandon their stuff without paying their bill?
Not quite. It seemed to be an important room.
Okay. We're going to back burner that one. Where do they put the stuff from people that abandon their rooms? Either because they get kicked out or because, like, they leave and they don't come back.
Roll perception for me. This.
Okay.
Which one of us?
This. This.
Ooh, nice.
Well, what you do know are what all the other rooms are. And none of those rooms are places where they would have taken either purloined or borrowed items. The only thing that you don't know is what's beyond that door.
I could tell you where they're not. But I if that room existed, it is possible it could be in that direction.
Remember Coulson, from previous episodes and engagements with the Undertakers, up on that level that you set upon fire, they did have a antechamber that was full of supplies and such, which they were selling items from.
Yeah, but I figure they haven't had this guy long enough to, like, process him in that fashion. So my guess would be that his stuff is still down here somewhere. And if I got to kick over the main office, then, yeah, we're going to blow some stuff up.
Okay.
I don't think we
So
should
that's your
blow
hold
anything
up,
else
Ryan.
up.
Oh, I'm in a blowing stuff up mood.
Yeah, but we already have fires
Tiana,
happening.
you got that covered yet?
It's not exactly what I thought.
Well, that
What
doesn't
does
sound
that
good.
mean?
It's a fire
Oh,
We'll
joy.
so sweet talk it or something.
It doesn't seem to want to listen to me.
Then kill it.
That's why I called for Delindra. She's better at killing things than I am.
It is moving closer to you, Tiana. And
I
now
will
it has gained
continue to
about 2
back
feet.
up. I will continue to back up.
I think that probably within the next maybe 5 minutes, it will be at the door of the tavern.
5 minutes? It's like it doesn't even care.
Fine, 2 minutes.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay. Conan has stepped into that room, and the door has been pushed shut. You can hear and a bunch of wild child sounds as well beyond.
Leo, would you make sure Onin doesn't get eaten?
I've kind of got my hands full down here with this big fella. Excuse me, little guy. Pardon me.
He's not going anywhere. Just keep him on a leash or something. You, scrawny kid.
I might be able to help with this fire. I have a question. Did I get a good night's rest last night?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to where the fire is because I may be able to help with this.
Okay, move yourself to where you want to be. Chris, you can do the same.
I'm gonna sit right here.
Or
So you said that there is a fire elemental up there?
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, so let me get past you and let me get my eyes on it. And I may be able to get it down for us.
I'm just
gonna get back.
casually walking up there.
Be my guest. I'm still
You're
backing
sounding
down the
just
stairs.
Okay,
With
so I'm
my
gonna give
eyes
you
on
the
it.
name.
Sounding a little bit muffled, Kate, if you can adjust that. Your end.
I'm backing up, keeping my eyes on the fire element.
I'm waiting for you to exit the stairs.
Guys, fire.
It's not really fire, it's thing. Because I could put the fire out. I can't put out the element.
Okay, so I have about 5 minutes, it sounds like, before it enters the room.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have my eyes on the fire, and I'm going to roll a perfect plan.
Show us what that is.
Yeah, so with my perfect plan, I'm going to roll a d4. I can spend 10 minutes concocting a plan that includes a number of other creatures.
Okay.
And as long as I can see, and as long as the creature can see or hear me, I can expend one of these perfect plan dice and roll the d20. I don't know how to actually. Let me roll this.
You did say it takes about 10 minutes. It's going to be upon you before then. It'll be in the tavern level by then.
I see
Okay.
Nalindra and I go, "Bow! Fire!"
And now I just kind of stand there dumbstruck saying, guys, I thought I could help you out with this, but this is moving a lot faster than I thought it was. I run away.
Okay. I'm going to just stand at the side of the door just so I don't get an arrow in the back of the head. And wait for the Lindra to come up so she can see this creature. And then I will, at the same time that she is, I will try to attack it as well.
Okay.
I hear Tiana yell, "Bow," and as I'm approaching the door, pulling out an arrow and my longbow and drawing back. What is it that we are fighting here?
Some sort of I'm assuming an element.
Oh, joy. And as she's saying that, here comes this creature around the corner, and I immediately pull back and release an arrow.
It seems to be roaring. It
Oh.
seems to be roaring at you.
And as it does
It
that,
comes
I
around the
will
corner.
also send a mind sliver into it.
Dang.
I don't think it has much intelligence, but
Yeah, it's almost like it's oozing towards you in a fiery manner.
Great.
And I'm running
Let's see
even
what-
farther away.
Did it take any
Okay.
damage?
You. Let me get to it.
Okay, sorry.
Get to it. We'll
Sorry,
get there.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm eager.
Just you see those three, they are fully suited up and they were intending to go down this corridor. And they stop short when you come around. And of course, they see Grotus. And then you hear all sorts of sounds coming from this small room here. And also, there is Theo and Arkin moving in this direction. I see you, Coulson. See what Tiana and Lindra do. So you're doing
Is
Sliver
the
and
oh
let me address their situation. Right fast. And Mind Sliver and Mind Sliver? Yeah,
no
twice.
mind sliver once, and I imagine that there is a longbow, an arrow going at it as well.
Yes, yes.
So there will be an arrow,
Mind Sliver.
a mind sliver, and a mind sliver going at the same. As soon as I see her releasing
Okay.
the arrow, I will send the mind sliver.
Intelligence saving throw versus Mind Sliver gets.
Ooh.
Oh, another 20. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay.
But
What does your arrow do? Is it just a normal
25.
arrow?
25. So a
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yes, it's just a normal arrow.
You're just shooting arrows into flames?
Yeah, I am.
Fine.
Yeah.
As you knock your bow and let it fly, you immediately regret losing that arrow because it just gets succumbed into the flames, and it almost looks like it excites it. And it takes in that arrow, and the arrow disappears into itself, and you see a little spark of energy, and it's almost like it lurches forward a bit, even closer to you.
Fire and elemental
it's-
that is immune
And then, is it an
to
elemental?
piercing.
You are assuming that it is an elemental.
Well, that's the only fire things that I know exist.
The only
Creatures.
comprehensible thing it could possibly be.
That's the only fire entities I know exist.
Sorry, just ignore me.
Just ignore you.
Yeah, I'm just clicking on things.
There is, it is nearing the door. The door is still intact, by the way.
Okay, well, as it gets closer, I'll try a moonfire on it. Can't. Don't think it can forever.
True.
Get 20s, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Let's go.
There you go.
So take 7 radiant damage.
Hey, it looks like that actually does a little bit of the trick. It retreats a bit away from the door.
Do you think you could do that again, Tiana?
Nearly around the corner. It actually retreats around the corner, and you can, of course, still see the illumination of it. There.
I can only do it if I can see it.
I guess we're going after this thing then, aren't we?
problem for me is any of my big spells are also concentration, which will mean that I have to let vampire wake up.
Conundrum. Is that what you want to do, Tiana?
I will. Can I move just a teeny bit here, just so I can see it, and then try to moonfire it again?
You could do that. You can feel the heat on your hooves as you move through the corridor. Blackened stone. Blackened stone
So that
is
is
left
the
behind.
so the stone is actually hot.
Yes.
Well, I'll just do until I can see the thing, and then I'll try to moonfire it again.
Okay.
Ooh.
You pick around the corner. It is lingering there. It's almost as if it's contemplating. Sense that. I get a perception check from you, Tiana. I'm going to give you a +5.
That little dude said he was calling in a favor, but is this worth it?
You swear, Tiana. You swear that you see multiple faces within the flames. They are all of Dragon. It's
They're
like
all
they're
of
conversing
who?
with each other. Dragon. They're
Dragon.
swirling around each other. They emerge and then dissipate and then reform in a different place, and it's almost like they are speaking with each other. And when their mouths open, you can hear the hissing and the crackling and the popping of the flames. It's speech.
It's speech, not any sort of speech that I understand.
Don't believe so. What is your language proficiencies? What you got?
I mean, the only one that I have that's sort of strange would be Sylvan, but I don't think that this is going to be Sylvan.
That's not.
It would be Primordial, probably, and I don't speak Primordial.
Maybe infernal, possibly. You don't
Do
understand.
I hear it?
Oh, this goes a whole different direction if that guy's infernal.
Listen, what you doing up there?
I
You see these
am.
three. They are frantically trying to figure out what to do.
I
You're up
am
there at the
going
door.
to blast the lock on this one as well because I'm certain that it's locked, and if it's not, destroying his door will make me feel better.
Just let that man be naked.
Okay, that's a very good roll, sir. Very good roll. You get a saving throw on that? I don't think I do.
No, it's force damage. Like it's basically just pumping straight damage in, and there's a non-zero chance the door isn't resistant to it.
However, the pure nature of the door via its ownership shudders, rocks in the frame when you hit it. It does not give you that very satisfactory implosion or explosion that you were hoping for.
Well, now I'm annoyed.
Ooh.
I contemplate another fireball, but this seems like a bad time for it, so I'm not going to do that yet. I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give you another few moments to do something if you'd like.
These guys over here are currently loading up water.
No, I told him
Yeah.
to just sit at the bar. It's not going to be any use to do water.
They're taking refuge, and they're just basically trying to figure out what to do next. They're actually in Gammon. You hear them saying, "Well, maybe if we douse the the kitchen chimney, we can climb up the chimney to the surface, quite possibly." Lou is like, I'm too large to do that. Surely the two of you could escape, but what about me? And Ankusa says, what about you? There are scales we're talking about. They'll rush off to the kitchen. You hear them talking about?
Now that was the response I was expecting.
Okay. Grotus.
I'm
So,
gonna move
do I-
myself down to here.
Do I hear anything? Do I hear the
all sorts
talking?
of things.
Do I hear the
You're too
talking?
far. From the flames? No, you're too far away.
Okay. Well, I think I probably will move into the room. So I think
Okay.
my
You
plan
see
was
that?
to follow that.
Alindra and Tiana are over here.
Okay.
Who's over there?
Well, I'm gonna tell Coulson, show him the door that's here. And I guess maybe I will start investigating that door.
And you see him moving over towards the door. You see that it looks like the door has fallen under some sort of impact damage. It's the joints in the frame cracked and loose. It looks like maybe the planks in the door itself slightly akimbo. It's definitely not the pristine door you recall it being.
And it's not going to stay pristine much longer.
Okay. Can I move over here to see what they're doing?
You can
Can I
get
use
over there.
Arcana or religion to try to figure out if this thing is reacting to radiant damage the way it is? And I don't think it's an elemental. To try to figure out what it is.
Definitely react to your moonfire.
Right, which is radiant damage.
Sure.
And normally things that don't like radiant damage are from the lower planes. So let's see if I can figure out.
Ooh.
Definitely from a different plane. It looks like
But not the elemental plane. Not the elemental plane of fire.
That you're uncertain of. That you are uncertain of.
Probably from the elemental plane of being a jackass.
What you have ascertained is it definitely has an intelligence.
Am I close enough to hear?
It might be a proxy of an intelligence. You get up there and you hear Tiana and Nalindra speaking about this query, this conundrum, this core. What's going on here with this flames? Unnatural for sure.
It doesn't like radiant damage.
Doesn't like taking hits either.
Well, it totally disregarded piercing damage from Nalindra's arrow. But it certainly didn't like my radiant damage.
Is Nalindra packing a magic bow?
No.
I don't know if I have anything that's radiant. So I am. I don't know what I can do to help.
What do you do?
See something.
We don't know anything about you. We don't know anything about you.
I'm realizing that you guys have been spending a lot longer up there than I expected you to. So I wander back up there and say...
So you encountered Purvis. You did encounter these three. They are looking for an exit. They're going to follow your lead.
Okay. So we're all going up here because you guys are taking a lot longer than I thought you were going to, and I want to check in and see what's going on.
Well, we've only had 2 rounds, which is 12 seconds, so not a whole lot longer.
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. You enter the fray. I'll put you here. Leo. Up the rear.
So when I hit
Let's
it
start.
with it, I hit it a second time when I just moved it to there, and I just so I could see it around the corner. When I hit it again with Moonfire with the radiant damage, did it again back up? Is it like retreating from radiant damage?
If you hit it again, I need to make another save.
Yeah, I did up there. It
Reacts.
was 8 radiant.
Oh, yeah, and it retreats even further.
It really doesn't like
This-
radiant damage.
It really doesn't want to be touched.
Angers the faces, and they retreat. Melindra says it really doesn't want to be touched. Grotus, gives you an idea.
That it doesn't. Sorry, you're breaking up. What?
This gives you an idea, but it might be risky. I'm just looking at your spells and cantrips, by the way. I'll let you see if you can figure it out.
Okay. I'll take a look.
So that retreats Tiana. This is thinking. Corvus has entered Cavern. What does Corvus do?
I feel relieved that it's retreating with whatever it is they're doing, and I don't get what they're doing. I'm totally mystified and feel totally out of my element in this whole area. I'm not very comfortable with what's going on, and kind of back off over here and want to get away from all these people, and I hang out over here with near the door.
Okay. Have all your stuff on you? I'm imagining you do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm just looking at your.
Where's the dwarf?
Other things.
He's taking care of some business down south.
This thing doesn't like radiant damage.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that thing doesn't like damage in general.
Well, no, it's actually backing up from radiant damage.
Well, I mean, it's backing up from damage.
Okay, I will then do an experiment. I will try to do another mind sliver on it and see if it will also back up from psychic.
You actually hear a humanoid screech coming from it when you hit it with that mind sliver this time. And it retreats into the upper chamber from the hallway. The ferocity, however, as it has treated, it did linger in that corridor
Oh,
for
no.
some time. And it retreats. Give me a perception check.
Who?
Anna?
Oh, sorry, you cut out.
Standing there in the hallway, and you hear a crackling groan starting to emit from all around you in the corridor, and bits of stone start falling from the ceiling, from the wall. And you realize that the corridor itself is going to collapse under the damage done by this thing. In a matter of seconds.
Okay, so
An athletics check.
can I do acrobatics to flip backwards with my
You could do that.
I'm quite.
You succeed.
I flip backwards. It's gonna collapse. Do you want me to prevent that?
And then it collapses.
Too late.
I'm curious how you would have.
I could have built a stone arch that I created using my power of creation to hold it up. I can create
Tiana,
anything.
Tiana, you swear you hear the
Oh, fuck
thing
that
coming
little
from.
creep.
My Avaxia and Aaron. Like, who's the only way
Well,
out?
there's no getting out
Trapped
that
in
way
here.
anymore.
How's the fight going over there?
You don't want to know.
Our little friend collapsed the corridor.
At least we don't have to worry about fire anymore.
Well, we
I'm
still
gonna
have an
head-
out.
I'm going to head to the bar, go around the back, and start drawing a huge mug of ale or something, whatever is on here. Because if this is his bar,
Okay.
I'm going to drink for free.
Dropping 2 more blasts into the door.
Ooh. Okay, so you see Corvus there. Coulson
Is
walks
Corvus
up to the
working
door.
on the door? Because if Corvus is working on the door, I don't want to like mess with him.
I'm hiding. I'm hiding.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Where are you? What are you hiding from? Where are you hiding? There's nothing there to hide from.
I am hiding right here in the corner.
Cowering more than
There's-
hiding.
Cowering. I'm cowering in the corner.
You're cowering against the wall.
Yes, I'm cowering against the wall.
Okay. You can cower.
All right, that's what I'm
Go for it.
doing.
Right. Coulson, your go.
I dumped 2 more blasts into the door.
Ah, you did. Let me just check something right fast. Hear a gasp of wind, an exhalation as the door busts open. Satisfactorily. You see that there is a chamber beyond.
I get up from my cower and join Coulson, gazing into the corridor beyond.
Okay.
Is this your first time, kid?
Yes, this is my first time outside of my village.
Take a deep breath. Good. Don't panic. Best
I'm
advice
not
you're
sure
ever
that's
going to hear.
possible.
All right.
Right.
I spend
Against my
time
better
in that room,
judgment,
mister.
I walk into the room.
You're going to say that this door that is indicated here is just an archway. It's not an actual door.
Ruby.
You can see in through, and yeah, there's a step down here. There are large cabinets on either side there. There's foodstuffs and other crates over here. Don't look like any sort of bed chamber or apartment or anything. There's a table here.
I mean, I can't imagine he actually sleeps here. Like, nobody believes he's actually sleeping here.
All sorts of sundry items on the table here. There's a little brazier here, like a pedestal, with some warm coals in it. Brazier, sorry.
Brazier has a whole new other word.
I was getting a little hot for the other one, but
the flaming brazier. And then there is this ornate chair, delicately or ornately carved here against the wall.
Okay.
Aside from that, I mean, pretty much what you see is what you see.
Groovy. Lead off. Try to find the barbarian stuff so I don't have to watch anything bouncing around while we're trying to get out of here.
I'm hanging really close to Coulson. I'm
Okay.
not quite holding his hand, but I am really close.
Okay.
Kid, if something explodes because I stand on it, how close do you want to be when it goes off?
I will be that close.
You want to be in
So,
possibly getting caught by the same trap distance.
I am going to be that close to you, yes. Because, yes, I am going to be that close to you.
Johnny, I sent you a message.
see it. I was about to ask you if you want to elaborate in a whisper. While you're doing that, and until I see a
Ruby.
response, we'll hop back over to Brodus and Nalindra. These three, they approach and they are inspecting the
Collapse.
cave in, essentially. We'll have to dig our way out.
You have fun with that. In my experience, there is no way out, and every way out will end in closure. I am going to go see what Tiana is drinking.
Yeah, this looks like the good stuff. Look at this, like amber color. I get this big huge
Drinking
mug
at
of-
a time like this?
You might as well pour me one, Tiana.
Okay. I slide another mug and pull down the tap on the thing. Fill it to the brim with the amber colored looking expensive ale.
Okay. Grodus, Lamalia turns to you and says, "You will help us. You look fit. We can dig our way out of here."
I think I'm gonna head this way instead.
Where are you going?
I've been dying to know what's in that room.
Birkin slumps on the table itself, just lays down on it. It groans underneath his weight. He says, "Yeah, just take it easy there, big boy. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, classic cave-in. I might have something fit for this." And he starts digging through his pack.
Because of course he's brought dynamite.
In good old Leo fashion.
Anna, behind the bar. What's your usual things? Mugs, tankards, few pieces of crystal. Also find. They're there. Do you find? There's a broom. It's innocuous. Mingling.
Broom.
It's a broom laying on. It's not on. It's leaning against the wall.
Like a
Just
sweep the
swore.
floor broom.
A broom, yeah, just a broom. Broom. But your keen eye observes that there's something quite peculiar about this broom. It looks like there's some sort of maybe carving or engraving around the length of the handle itself.
Oh no.
Okay. A mug in one hand. I head over to the broom and I pick it up and I bring it back and I lay it out on the bar. Can I try to read what these runes say?
Nalindra might be able to, as it is in Elvish. Tiana, do you know what Elvish?
I believe I
Can you
do
read
know
Elvish?
Elvish. I can read Elvish. I am
Yeah, you
fluent in
begin.
Elvish.
As am
So you
I.
rub your, yeah, of course you are. Rub your hands against the length of the handle to a clearer picture of what is inscribed here. And in short, it looks like it's a proverb or maybe a tale of a story of a young elvish child who was tasked with sweeping the floor of his mage master's tower, which always collected dust. Start from the top of the tower, and by the time he got to the bottom of the tower, the dust would have reappeared, and he would have to start all over again. And he so wished that one day he would be able to fly away from this tower and escape this toil and trouble that he has found himself in. And lo and behold, as the story concludes, it turns out that he found a elixir. He rubbed on the handle of the broom, imbued it with the power of flight, and he flew away into the clouds, never to be seen again.
Is there the trigger word here, or are we going to need pulse to identify it?
Is this something that you can roll for, or is this an innate thing?
No. So if it was written in either Elvish or in something that I could use my Arcana to read, then that would be one thing. If it's a rune sort of thing which you can't normally read, then we would have to use identify.
There are no runes, no. It's just this story that's carved into the length of the handle.
So
Pleasing story.
we are going
Pleasing
to
story
need
of
Coulson. So I will just pat the broom and say, flying broom.
What you got here is a flying broom.
Yep.
Everyone gets
Coulson,
excited about
I'm
the
gonna say-
flying broom until the flying broom stops working.
That's right. So I'm going to say the color is green.
Okay.
That was a private conversation that Coulson and I were having.
All right. What do you do, kid?
Coulson looks at Corvus and says, "What do you do, kid?"
I'm a very slow thinker. And I'm taking it all in, and I'm looking at all of the stuff on the table and the bed and trying to decide what kind of plan I can devise to figure out how to get these guys' clothes back so we can get the hell out of here.
Okay.
But I tell you, hey, this is going to take me a couple of minutes to figure this out.
Great. What do you do?
Make plan.
I'm going to make a plan.
Alrighty.
All right. Start planning away.
Right. I'm planning. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to plan.
Okay. No, you're probably going to need somewhere to sit down and really get those brain juices flowing. Looking around, and really the only place you can see that you could sit is this chair. You really want to sit in that chair.
This chair over here.
Yeah,
The
chair
completely
against the wall.
innocuous chair in the room that is the sanctuary of the guy that got us stuck down here in the first place.
Which I have no idea about, so I'm just going to sit in this chair. And I'm putting my head in my hands, closing my eyes, and using my visual imagination to come up with a plan to get us out of here.
This reminds
when
me
you
of
open
Indiana
your
Jones in
eyes-
the last.
And when you open your eyes, you're nowhere near here.
That would be fitting.
Do you want to describe what you're doing?
I pull out the rod and I start thinking really hard.
Okay. Do we have a description for that rod?
I don't know if you have have it in your compendium or not.
I can find it if it exists. I imagine it do.
Oops,
Just want
that's
to
not
double
what I
check
want to punch up.
just to make sure. Brodus, what's up with you?
I think I'm gonna head into the room to be with them and see if
Okay.
I can notice anything.
It looks like they are quiet and pondering.
Oh. Okay. And this is the guy that hired me, right? That goes into this room.
Yes. John Maloro.
Sorry, say it again.
Rhaegon Malorum.
Okay, and this is his chamber?
This is his chamber. This is where he and that fellow named Malloy would go into with random. Seems
Also known as the
Rather-
red-coated, creepy little bastard.
Ah,
or rather,
okay.
they're a bit buddy. Seems.
I think I'm just gonna kind of take a look around the room, see if there's
Okay.
anything that I recognize, anything that in any way I can be helpful.
Okay.
So, am I still comfortably seated in the chair in the room?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Kaboom!
You do
Kaboom.
notice. No, you do notice. This right here, on the very tippy top, there is a figurine, a little statuette, if you will. Small enough to fit in your pocket. Pocket friendly. It looks like it's a figurine Sylvan. Sure, it's silver. And it looks like it is of a raven.
Really? I immediately grabbed the figurine.
Oh no, you're sitting in the chair. I'm talking to Grotus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah, I mean, I grab it and take a look at it.
Yeah, it's a raven. Just cast in silver. Odd. It looked like it was out of place on top of the cabinet.
And where did you say it was?
Does it ping with the thing I got
Pings.
going? Okay.
Pings as do the chair, Colson.
And boots or
That's
whatever
interesting.
you got, probably.
Do the boots ping?
Where was it again?
Boots ping.
Okay.
It was on top of this cabinet, but now it's in your hand.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Can I like investigate it and see if there's anything different about it? Like,
It's exquisitely carved. It's pure silver, from what you can tell. You have to be more specific in your investigation if you wish to be that. Olson takes note of it. You can see his eyes just a glance at the item that you're
Eyes
holding
get
in your hand.
wide as I look at that, and I say, "Hey, can I see that for a second?"
I hold it up to Colson and ask him, do you recognize this?
No, but it's got juice.
I don't know what that means.
That means it's going to do something cool. I don't know what that is yet.
Okay. Let's work together to make it do something cool.
I would love to, but I think I'd like to get out of here first, and the best bet is probably in this room. Check out that chair that the kid is sitting in. I think something's going on with that too.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll do
And
like
I will like wander over here and see if I can find anything that looks like barbarian wear.
You're peeking through there. It's crates of various foodstuffs that look like they are just freshly picked right off the vine.
Is there any place that
You get-
isn't a food storage place in this joint?
You get the feeling that it's actually this stuff has actually been here for a while, but none of the food is spoiled whatsoever. Looks like quite delicate food. Are flung at this place from various regions. Vegetables that don't really grow in this climate.
would I be able to identify it
Are
with
the
my
boxes
background?
like enchanted? Like this is some sort of magical preservation thing?
Possibly be, maybe.
I mean, it would show up on my radar if it was.
It seems like that is a possibility.
Alrighty.
Grotus, you notice this. These are some really good specimens of fruits and vegetables.
Huh.
Come in
Do you
handy.
need these? Can I? I'm always looking for things like this to make my dishes better.
I mean, you do what you want to do. If one of those boxes is small enough for you to take with you, then might be worth packing.
Yep. I definitely try
They're
to
like
put stuff in there.
range from 3 to 5 cubic squares. Very cumbersome to come to
3 to 5
carry.
cubic square. Hmm. That's the sort of thing that you fill out the bottom of a backpack with, and then
Could
regret
definitely
putting it at the bottom of
take-
your backpack because it takes forever to extract.
Could definitely
Oh.
take whatever in the crates, but
It won't last very long, I wager. I'll check the shelves in the wardrobe, and if I don't find anything, I'm going to resign myself to having to watch a barbarian try to fight things with his log.
So I have the. So do I have the impression that it's the crates that's making things stay fresh?
seems
That
like
would be my
Olsen,
assessment.
Olsen had mentioned that that's possibly the case.
Hmm.
So you're poking around and you find a little vial, delicate looking thing, bulbous at the bottom, and it has a long fluted chamber at the top, and it's stoppered with what looks like a piece of emerald. The rose hued effervescent liquid inside seems to sparkle when you reach for it. It's definitely pings for you. Other than that, you don't
Colson?
find anything in that cabinet.
Alrighty. Then I will move over to this cabinet. And if I don't find any barbarian wear, then I'm going to give up.
Yeah, there's no barbarian wear there.
He's just gonna have to be naked, Colson.
I do not accept that.
Okay, I have a pretty
What?
good idea of a plan, guys, about how to get us all out of here. Even
Hold on
though
to that idea. I want to jump to Tiana and Nalindra. You two hear a lot of noise coming from the kitchen up here. It's like smoke is billowing in the kitchen corridor.
I'll just
First
poke
he
my
gives
head
you a
in there
start.
and say, "Are you making dinner?"
It looks like these two kobolds have extinguished the flame, thrown out all of the wood across the floor, and actually one of them is gone. The other one is peeking up the chimney. And Lou is just standing there staring at them crestfallen. He's like, Told you I can't fit in. I cannot believe after all of these fortnights that we have spent together, chopping and assembling and cooking and oiling and sautéing, you're just gonna leave me behind like this.
Dinner almost ready?
They're clearly not making dinner. They are trying to escape.
I look at the bigger guy and say, hey, I guess you're not escaping. So are you making dinner?
Air is out. There's cheese. There's bread. The corridor is collapsed.
Yes, I know the
There's no
corridor's
fire?
collapsed. Well, do you need help starting a fire? I can start a fire if you would like.
I'm not sticking around here. I'm trying to find my way out, as you should too. I know what is best for
I
me.
point to my throat, and there is a tiny, tiny, tiny line around my throat. And I say, nope, I can't get out of it.
He looks closely at your throat. That is peculiar. He reaches forward with his thumb towards your neck to touch it. You allow him to do so, he will.
There's a little bit of a, I would imagine, a little bit of a ridge where there's something embedded in my throat, or actually all the way around my neck.
Coils, feeling it in his thumb. Is this some sort of costume? Is this some sort of traditional wear for your looks?
No, this is a piece of embedded jewelry, thanks to that little creep.
Doesn't seem to know who you're speaking of, referring to. This little creep. You're cursed.
That Malorum piece of shit.
I pipe
Gun Malone.
I pipe in and go, yeah, you know, the little guy that was in here earlier trying to serve me wine.
Remember, he was in a human form.
Yeah, but
He
I
wasn't in his
recognized him,
gnomish form.
and I said, and then that's when he disappeared. Oh yeah, you little shit! And then I went towards him, and he disappeared.
Yes. The Dragon Malorum I know is a hefty elderly gentleman.
Yeah, well, that's a facade.
Oh, all this time, he's back. In a back.
He's a gnome.
I shouldn't have trusted him.
Yeah,
Such a gesture, such favors towards me.
feel like we've all made that mistake once upon a time.
We should have killed him when we had the chance.
He was so close.
A way to escape from here.
Not for us.
Friends have left me behind. Friends indeed. He pours himself a goblet of whatever it is you're having.
So does he not fit, or can he not climb up?
It doesn't fit.
I am far too large. Far larger than my childish friends. You've left me behind. If I have to find another way. Perhaps with you. Maybe I can follow your party.
Maybe.
Meanwhile, they're
However,
over here.
as I said, we
Over
can't
here
get out of here. So
you hear Leo, he's like digging through his bag and says, "Just have faith. Give me a few seconds. I might have a way to get out of here. Maybe. Possibly."
you mean let these guys out? Because I'm sure that you don't have a way for us to get out.
I mean, this isn't the end of the dungeon. This is just a sub-level beneath the sub-level.
the only way out, right? Asks Leo.
No.
You know that.
Well, I know because there's a hole where the bed used to be in that place where we got the barbarian.
Yeah, but we dare not go down there. I mean, that's where that vamp went, right?
Yeah,
probably
well,
just-
she's sleeping for another 6 hours or so.
It's either this, he jerks his thumb to the collapsed corridor, or that, and he points
Right.
the vague direction.
We already went that way. Takes us to the yawning portal place. We can't get out that way.
Eventually, yeah. Well, I mean, but we can continue and try to find another way out. I mean, otherwise we're just trapped here unless we want to follow that
Oh.
up spawn. And I kind of feel like we won't be walking away from that.
What do you mean? Killing the vampire?
What do you-
We can kill it while it's sleeping.
Those vampires?
How does not
Yeah,
any?
vampires?
How does nobody recognize them? I don't understand. It's quite
Well,
obvious.
You know, if they're not advertising that they're vampires and they're just guys that don't get out much.
This is true. I say we adventure down the hole.
Yeah.
Nearly drained me.
But right now, I just want something to eat, and I'll grab a board and some cheese and some bread and pile it up and take it out, put it on the bar for me and the.
I mean,
the
this is an
friend to eat.
excellent time for charcuterie, dear.
Yeah.
Right. Back to we got Malorum's chamber.
I sent you another whisper.
You do get a response, and it seems positive.
Okay.
He needs
Anything in this wardrobe?
beyond what I told you. There's random bits of clothing and such, which you think, oh, hey, maybe his clothing is in here. There's definitely some clothing that would fit him.
Cool.
Maybe.
Is there like an axe or something that looks like it goes to this guy?
No, it doesn't look like it. No.
God damn it. All right. Well, I'll just grab a big old armload of clothes, walk out here and dump it off in front of the thing and be like, somebody see if this stuff fits on that guy. And then I go back here and see if we can figure out what's going on with the chair.
Okay.
And then
Hey,
I don't know,
rise from
dude
the
can like
chair.
bring a chair along with him and he can just like beat things to death with the chair, like he's doing a run in on a wrestling match.
Hey, Arkin, you want some ale?
Yes. He rolls over off of the table, which collapses as he gets off of it.
Well, before you do that, look in that pile that Colson just left. Can you find something to wear? Because, like, that heat isn't doing much for you.
Walks across the tavern, swinging his bare limb, if you know what I mean. And starts. He bends over.
No, I look away.
Full moon.
As he bends over.
Full moon. And he starts pulling pieces of garments together. This isn't my things. Hey, this is nice. This might feel nice. Chris, you said you were coming up with a plan.
Yeah, so I really want to talk to Gordas about the statuette that he found, and I want to know, Gordas, will you show me that statuette?
Yeah.
Can I hold
A
it?
silver statue.
Yeah, I give it over.
Thanks.
This is in your hand. It is a silver statuette of a raven.
I think that this raven can actually help us find a way out. Because it is energetic and it has the ability to help us find the way out. So, Johnny, can you roll for me a 4 to see if this plan is going to work?
D4? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, a D4.
You got a 2. What does that mean for you?
Um, Come on. I'm still learning this skill.
What is it that you're trying to do? Which talent is it?
It's my perfect plan.
Perfect.
For up to one of my intelligence modifier.
Okay. Oh, or a master of devising the best course of action, blah, blah, blah. You rolled. The perfect plan die is rolled. It is trying to figure out what was the result of the roll, if any. Anything.
If I want to know if the roll activates the Raven and gets him activated to helping us find a way out.
You cannot ascertain anything from just holding this figurine statuette, aside from that it is a bird, a raven. Nice heft.
I'm gonna roll a d20
Mm-hmm.
for an ability check on my intelligence.
Okay, so what you can do is just hit
Intelligence.
intelligence.
Just hit
Actual
intelligence.
stat. Yeah, the
Okay.
stat itself on the far left.
Yeah.
Seven.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you were hoping maybe this would glean something for you. You can, Coulson, you can tell that Corvus is just on the edge of a thought. Maybe needs a little assistance.
I can throw guidance and see how that plays out.
You have not really said anything. Well, actually, you did say something about it having a little sparkle, right?
Yes. I haven't had
So
the
the three of
time
you
to
know
throw
that.
identify on it yet, so.
So the three of you know that it is magical of some sort. It has some sort of aspect to it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to figure out is how to harness that magic to get us out of here.
Okay. Well, not with that particular role, but if Coulson wants to help you out with the role.
He'll have to take minutes to do his identify.
If I can like give him advantage on the roll, sure. But otherwise,
You could, if that is part of your ability to do so. Put over to the advantage.
otherwise, my intention is to take 10 minutes and work out what the throne does.
Choice. Corvus is examining the figurine. Brodus is loading up his pack with fruits and veggies.
I am
Focus
running my
on the
hands all over
figurine.
this figurine, trying to use my powers of perception to figure out what's going on. I'm going to roll a perception roll to see if I can learn anything more about this figurine.
I'll give you that. Go ahead.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's burb. This is burb. The paperweight.
It's magic, so you can't just perceive normally something
It's a
magic.
magic. Yeah, it's a magic paperweight from what you've ascertained.
So I pull out a particularly festive deck of cards and I start playing a round of solitaire.
Okay. While you're doing that, what's really going on?
That would be me ritual casting identify.
On
the throne.
The throne. Okay.
Because my tome of shadows is a particular deck of cards of the 4 that I carry.
The throne.
Some sort of
I
teleportation.
believe I mentioned that the throne gave you a little sparkle, correct?
It did, which is why I'm casting Identify on it.
It is the door to a portal.
Okay. I do believe, if I'm not
you finish your round of
mistaken,
solitaire.
With identify, you would get the trigger word.
that Identify should tell me how to utilize it.
Ah. You notice that there is a near Corvus's right hand. There is a burl in the wood. Wouldn't call it a button. It's definitely a I'm losing my word. I want to say it's a
Switch,
don't want to say switch.
knob, fiddly bit.
It's a defect.
Protrusion. Oh.
It's a defect in the wood itself. Seems out of place.
Okay. I collect my cards. I wander over to the throne. And I inspect the little fiddly bit.
Okay. You can definitely, under closer observation, as Coulson comes around to you, Corvus, and starts staring down at the handrest near you.
I'm going to get out of the chair so Coulson can get a better look at the handrest.
Mm-hmm.
I stand over here. I still have the raven in my hands.
Okay.
All right, let's gamble. I sit down in the chair.
Oh no.
And I work the fiddly bit.
You rub your thumb over the fiddly bit. You can feel that it is definitely a protrusion, just an ever so slight protrusion. And you press down upon it, nothing happens. And as you are pressing down upon it, you twist it with your thumb. And then the chair actually begins to lift
Bop it.
itself and you up.
Twist it. Pull it.
Start to rise in the chair. Two of you, Corvus and Grotus, you see this. And as the chair is rising, you see that there looks to be a doorway to another chamber.
Alrighty.
Now you are about 6 feet up in the air.
If you don't hear from me in like the next 5 minutes, don't repeat this. Don't repeat what I just did.
Okay.
Because it didn't work. You guys are gonna have to go out through the vampire room. All right. We're all in.
This. Yeah.
So was the opening behind the door and the door was, the throne?
You're in another chamber.
I know, I'm just curious.
You hear a grating sound coming from that area. Frickin' stumbles in.
By now, I'm sure that you have put together a fantastic sandwich.
Yeah. And I
So is he going
drew
up
an ale
into
for
a chamber?
for Arkin.
So is the door that Coulson discovered above him?
The chair rose up with Coulson in it, which exposed a doorway in the wall.
Got it.
Led to a
Okay.
chamber. alternate.
Oh,
chamber.
wait. The doorway is underneath the chair now?
Well,
Yes.
behind where it was, I think.
Man, I thought this thing was going to, like,
The ch-
rise into the ceiling and have, like, some portal thing going on and then, like, do some sort of roller coaster action that was going to be awesome. But no, that's not how this works.
Oh, you're just suspended in the air about 6
I am
feet.
disappointed.
Sitting in the chair.
I cast
Well,
message
come on
to
down and
Onin
investigate
and
this.
tell him that we're leaving.
He confirms response. He gives you a response of affirmative.
And then I will hop down from the chair and come over to the door and, like, put my fingers in my mouth and whistle really loud.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
We are not dogs.
And yet you come when I whistle.
What are you doing? Hey, this is a flying broom.
Wouldn't that be an adventure?
Child is
That's
sleeping.
wonderful.
His mind is wrecked. I'm afraid that I could not remedy the malady. Best I could do, allow him a peaceful sleep. Not in that way, not in that way. He waves his hand.
I mean, I almost feel like it might not have been worse to do that. But you do you, man.
Hey,
I found a
are
way
you
out of
saying
this.
you found a way out?
Hey, did you find another way out of here? Says Leo. Another way out?
And then I turn to the two people in the room and I'm like, so who wants to go first?
I'm the smallest, so I'll take the plunge.
I'm gonna
You have light?
I'm gonna tip up
I
my
do have a light.
drink and down
Yeah,
the
is it
whole
dark in
rest
there?
of it.
It's dark in there, yes.
I think I have light as well.
I guess that's our signal
I
to
take
go.
the light out of my bag
I'm gonna finish my
and I
ale.
peer
and-
into the hole. I get down onto my hands and knees and I peer into the hole using my light to see if I can see anything.
How big is the door?
Well, it is a full-size door,
Okay.
full-size portal. Yeah. It is a round chamber, Corvus. I don't have a map for you, so you'll have to use Theater of the Mind. It is a round chamber, probably about 12 feet across, and it goes up
It goes up.
to the darkness. Stonework. It's like everything you've seen around you.
And are the walls totally flush?
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything whatsoever in the chamber.
I'm gonna go in.
You step in.
I raise my light and I look around.
Elves.
I'm going to roll
Yeah, I'm gonna look
perception
over
to
here.
see if I can see anything at all in this chamber.
Sure. Oh, please. To draw. Come on. Does not being my friend. Gonna give you a general idea of how large the chamber was, and I'm gonna stop doing that because it's just not being nice. Yeah, it's a large round chamber. It's a silo, if you will, that goes up.
Like a tower.
Are there
Is
stairs
there-
or anything?
Is there any the stone that is composing the walls, are the stones jutting out as if to make hand and footholds, or are they totally flush up against the wall?
Give me a perception check, Corvus. Corvus, come on. Just give me a perception check.
I just did.
Grotus as well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Both of you. Tiana downs the rest of her ale, then wraps her sandwich in a piece of cloth. And grabbing the broom, she gives a nod to Melinda and says, "It's time to go." All right. Rhodus, you see that Corvus is looking around for something along the wall. You think that maybe there is a trigger stone or something that might reveal something helpful for you. This is when you begin to notice that there is a pattern in the stonework that spirals up the wall. And the nearest spiral, or the nearest stone to you that begins this
No, it's okay.
is right at foot height.
Okay. I push the stone with my foot.
When you do this, stone slides out from the wall, and it slides out about 3 feet, and the stone itself is probably about 6 inches deep, right enough for a step. The moment that it extends out from the wall and stops, there's another one just above it and further away from you, slides, forms another step, and another one above that slides, and they start sliding open and radiating around Silo. Up.
Okay. I start heading up.
I follow Gortys.
Okay. All of a sudden, you see that they disappear, and it looks like they are walking up a stair that is emerging from the side wall of the silo.
Excellent. Sent you a message.
See it? Yeah. Looking on the map, you feel like this portion was left off of the map because it seems to be in a blank space.
Oh no, that part I assumed, but what I'm trying to do is figure out like where our departure point would be relative to the first level. Or if we will be departing on the first level, if there's some place like if this room is relative on the map to where there should be a point where we would be able to exit.
It's possible. It's going up.
Well, yeah, because we had to come down to get
surface.
here.
We did. Yeah.
I'm just curious if like it's going to come out on the first level, or if it's going to come out on the surface. Because if it comes out on the surface, then it's a problem.
Hard to say. It's hard to say, man.
Okay.
No idea yet. I have no
We'll
idea.
see how that goes.
Where it goes. Yeah. Okay. What are other people doing? I see that Grotus, and Corvus are ascending. Coulson's checking his map. Has joined. Tiana is on her way.
When I get close to Arkin, who's now, I assume, has clothes on.
He has something on. There's
Okay.
bits of clothes that are tied together
I will.
for his body.
I'll grab his arm and I'll slap a dagger into his hand. I have an extra. I'll give him.
It's down at it. Browns. He says, with this
That's
toothpick.
all I got.
Bitch. I can punch a hole larger with my finger. I'm sorry, little one. Go on edge. You're losing so much blood.
That's all I got.
Andrew, are you coming along?
Yes. I glance back at Leo and kind of gesture towards the door. All right, let's go,
Who's
buddy.
coming with us?
Everybody that you see is following behind. Do. You have a little parade. People coming. Just in Corvus, you are ascending the stair.
And I still have that raven. I've shoved him in my pocket. so I can concentrate on climbing the stairs, but I still have that raven. I'm not letting go.
Get do athletics check from the two of you ascending the stairs.
Okay.
Ooh,
Well done.
that was good.
Well
Dirty
done.
20, and
All right.
Nice.
There is no handrail. All you have is the wall on your right-hand side. Then it's just open space, and the higher you climb, maybe you fine with it. Fine with it. Not afraid of heights, it looks like. Wilson, your companions enter the room.
I offer them
Almost
the
some
door
stragglers.
while I roll up the map.
I will throw my fairy light into that thing just because everybody doesn't have a light. So I'll throw my fairy lights in there and they'll just hover around in there so everyone can get some light and won't fall on the stairs.
Nice. I'll just illuminate
No, it's not quite
the
that
perimeter.
big,
No,
And I can see in the dark,
no, it's
so.
not.
but
Okay,
everybody can.
I'm just going to use it as a handy representation of how big this flow is.
I mean, the Goliath can't see it. And I can't
Yeah,
see. in the dark.
you begin to ascend the stair. Anna, I would imagine you are next. Can I give me an athletics check, please? Anyone who's going to start ascending, give me an athletics check for funsies.
I'm just hanging a little bit outside because I see the stairs going up. I'm worried
Mhm.
that they're going to
Mhm.
get out of the dungeon and then I'll get strangled. So
Oh, you won't get strangled. Your head will just explode.
Tomato, tomato.
Purvis, you notice that these new people that you have met, they seem rather trepidatious about following, hanging back a bit.
Yeah, I noticed that
illuminated-
me and Gladys are both new to the party, and we seem the most eager to get the hell out of here. And I'm a little worried that no one else is following us so far.
well, I will motion for Lou and Aaron and Vaxia and Lamia to go. We'll just hang a little back. I want to just make sure that we don't end up poking out to the outside world here.
Sure. Yeah, they start to ascend, and you can see their figures underneath the light of your fairy lights as they ascend.
Yeah,
me
so
feel
I
a
will
little
just
better.
have the three lights, and I'll basically just have them in sort of in a stacked row so that they're illuminating as the whole stairs is.
Okay. Climb, and you start to
And then
lose track of where they are.
Okay, so then Arkin, we'll let Arkin go next because he doesn't have a thing around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll
Right
put
on.
my head in there and I'll just look up and I go, "Are you guys out yet?"
Are you guys out yet? Out yet? Out yet? Out yet? It echoes words. Grotus, you can hear
There's
Anna
way
out
too
to you.
much space in this.
And you're leading this group these stairs. And give me a perception check.
Like, so we're losing visual sight, so they're like going around this outside stairs. They must be at the surface level by now.
Oh,
You actually come to a halt, Grotus, and it is not by choice. You start scraping actually your horns against something that is above you. You realize that you have actually reached the top of the stairs. The stairs keep going up and beyond, but then they disappear into what is clearly a ceiling. stone ceiling. You do see that there is a hatch of some sort above you. You can see a recessed handle that's built in. That's within your grasp.
I'm gonna grab it.
Grab it, tug it.
Yep.
It opens up into a chamber beyond, and this chamber is illuminated with a purplish light. Don't know what the source is from here, from your vantage point. We need to ascend further.
I'll keep going.
I keep
You-
following.
Two of you emerge into a continuation of this cylinder, this silo, this chamber. You do actually enter another chamber itself. There's a floor here. There is something on the floor. Chris, you would notice this as clearly some sort of magical ring into the floor. It's illuminated. It clearly has some sort of function. It's glowing purplish. You see all sorts of insignia here and there along the thin lines that form this multi-pointed star on the ground.
Um,
Can I listen to see what color the star is?
Is that what you say?
I want to roll a perception to see what color the star is.
It's purple. Illuminating this purple light to the chamber.
I'm not. I don't. Probably won't be very good, but I guess maybe like an Arcana check to see if can I get a sense of what this is about.
Sure. Yeah, it's quizzical. It's definitely magical. It has a purpose. You do notice. Actually, Corvus notices that it looks like there's a smear of something in the center of the insignia on the floor. Those of you down below see.
I'm just at the basically at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm just waiting for people to say what's going on because it looks like they're a long ways up there, which would be, from my estimation, breaking the surface.
You hear, you don't know whose voice it is. It's probably someone up the end of the trail. You hear somebody call down to you and says, "There's a doorway! Doorway! There's a chamber! There's a chamber!" Going down towards you.
And there's an echo.
There's an echo.
Well, I cast guidance on myself and I start up the stairs.
Okay.
I guess the only way to find out is to go up.
Give me an athletics check, each of you. And already made his. They done? Leo.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So that's a total of 5.
I will pull up
Okay.
after Lindra.
Oh.
But I won't
Just enrolled them. Okay.
try
All right.
to catch
All right.
Olson if he's falling.
He's not falling, but what happens is when he steps upon the stone, it starts to retract. He is in front of the 4 of you.
Uh-oh.
That throws him off balance a little bit. Catch yourself, and you jump to the next step. Of course, the 4 of you notice that the steps are starting to recede from the bottom upwards.
Well, this
Colson,
just
give me
became-
another. Give me another athletics check, Colson.
Oh
Or if you want to
no.
do a thing. Or if you want to do a thing. Some trips up.
Oh
No.
no.
Who let me go first?
You fall. You fall back. You didn't fall far, and you hadn't gotten very far.
No, I had
Into
not.
the Lindra.
But
I kind of feel
the
like
rest
it's
of you
like
know-
step, whoop. It's just like the
Rest of
stair isn't
you-
there anymore.
The rest of you feel like there is no time for hesitation. Got to get gone up that stair.
Well, I'm going to have just as much great athletics as Coulson is. There. Told you.
Okay. Yep. You miss a step. You land back on the surface.
Well, I can't just leave you here.
Well,
And it looks like he's trucking up it. Come on, Colton. There's no time to play about. What do the three of you do?
Wait, Leo went up the stairs already
Two
too?
of us end up on the ground.
I can climb the stairs, but I can't leave you here.
That's true.
But I can't carry both of you. Oh, Tiana, you have the broom still, don't you?
I do, but I don't know the word to make it go.
Is there anything transcribed on the broom that might give
I
a clue?
looked already. It didn't have the control word.
Hmm.
We will have to identify it first.
Give me a perception check. You know what you need to say.
I know what I need to say.
It comes to you. The boy in the story, he specifically said a particular phrase which is inscribed on the broom. Inspired, you repeat that phrase and the broom comes to life.
Okay, so I'm going to go up beside Coulson and I say, straddle the broom.
I hardly know you.
I'm watching this unfold and just giggling at the fact that they are both trying to mount this broom.
Say the magic words, and when I'm straddling the broom and Coulson is behind me straddling.
For future reference, pretty much all you have to really say is take me far away from here.
Take me far away from here.
But an elven.
It'll activate for you.
An elven.
Elvish.
Okay, I'll say it in Elvish. Say it in Elvish.
Y'all starts to actually, you hop on the broom and you overtake those that are still puffing and puffing up the stairs as they are receding. And Grotus and Corvus, let's get to you because there's just a few more moments before they emerge. Is there anything you want to do here? You're waiting for them to ascend as they are popping into the chamber.
No, I'm gonna wait for somebody else to try to figure this out.
No.
Okay.
Doesn't look like I really understand it.
So we go
two
shooting
of
through
you.
the door, the trap door, on a flying broom.
Is the trapdoor like a large size thing, or is it a small kind of thing?
You will definitely have to scrunch up when you cross
Okay.
through, when you fly through.
I pull myself. I pull myself into the broom.
For the sake of the story, you see the portal coming and you scrunch up into this next chamber just as the steps recede. The trap door slams shut just as the last step is taken back into the wall. Can I get a perception check from you?
Kaboom! What?
Was everybody there, or did our going up here trigger that?
No, it was the last step as it closed. Is when it closed.
Do I know how to make this broom stop flying so that we don't continue to go into the ceiling here?
I mean, you're in control of it.
I know, but
You're in
it's
control of it.
it's not very big around here for me to just turn and we're gonna just go in a circle around, right? Unless I can figure out how to make it land.
Give me an Arcana check. Okay. You manage to just intuitively rear up and pull it to a stop, and it hovers there so that you
Okay.
and Coulson can off
Get
if
off.
you wish.
And then
Coulson, you
I'll
rolled
wrap.
a 10. I was throwing you an additional 6. You've been in this chamber before, my friend. Know exactly where you're at.
Groovy. Where
You-
exactly are we at?
You pretty sure you were there. I'm banking on my memory that you were there in this scene. During the Storm Isle event, you went to see Dragon in his shop. There was a cellar where there was a fella being held captive by this exact sigil that is carved in and glowing into the floor. You were beneath Dragon Malorum's shop in Waterdeep.
Oh.
And it makes sense.
Okay.
He would take all of these things that he had absconded with from adventurers and such straight to his shop.
And we didn't have our heads explode?
Our heads are still intact.
But
Interesting.
we're out of the dungeon.
Well, that assumes then that he put traps on the known exits of the dungeon, but didn't assume we'd find this one. And if we're wrong, then we're going to end up walking outside and stuff's going to go kaboom. So I guess it just depends on which way he was thinking when he set this thing.
If he was thinking at all.
I look on the ground. Does that look like a teleportation circle?
Does not.
What's
Is not what it do.
inscribed on the ground?
Does not what it do.
Okay, it doesn't. Okay.
It's not a teleportation circle.
So as near as
Where
I
are they?
can tell from the rod, it doesn't have a limit as to how many times I can cast the detect spells that it has on it. So I'm going to throw detect magic on this thing, which it clearly is.
It is definitely meant to hold one or something in place.
So what is the it is hold what is the nature of the magic of the circle? Like what school of magic is it?
Not privy to all my schools, but it's definitely meant to entrap something.
Enchantment, probably.
That feels like either abjuration or conjuration then.
Well, I don't know about how metagaming this is, but I actually have the spell Hold Person, and it's enchantment.
Go with that. Remember, Coulson, that there was a monk held here at the time.
So
He had Tiamat's rod.
oh, so this is like one of those places where we'd keep some special stuff that he didn't want people finding. Okay. So is there an exit from this room?
Yes, right where you remember it being, on the opposite side of where you popped up from below, there is a cutout corridor where there are stairs that continue upwards.
Already? Let's go check in with the landlord. So I'm going to make my way up the stairs.
Okay.
Get to the top.
Or so casually.
Still holding the hand of cards.
Okay. a door about 40 feet up that spirals around. I'm assuming everyone's following behind.
Behind, yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Far enough behind that an exploding head will not get my clothes all covered in.
And
So you get to the
yeah,
I'm
door.
still totally mystified about what everyone is so afraid of.
Uh-huh.
well, if it all goes horribly awry, you won't have to wonder anymore, will you?
There will be no
The
wonder.
dwarf Onan tells you that my companions and I, we have been cursed by Dragon Malorum. He shakes his fist. He points to a circlet that's barely perceptible around his neck. Holds up his red beard. Says, "Is a guillotine of sorts. If we are to leave Mad Mage's dwelling, heads will pop right off our bodies. Possible it still might happen. On the other hand, as Coulson has pointed out, it's also quite possible that this is a escape he did not foresee us finding. Right, Coulson?"
I mean, it's entirely possible the little red bastard managed to was just too sloppy in his work on this one. This feels like a rush job. He wasn't
Reach
in
the door.
great shape the last time we saw him.
It's true.
All right.
My mind is spinning, realizing that I'm within spitting distance, possibly, of Malorum's shop.
Yes.
All right.
I'm now eagerly following
Let's play
Coulson.
the game.
I'm not holding back. I'm eagerly following Coulson into where he's going.
Okay. Coulson breaks
Open the door.
Everyone's piling up behind you. Open the door. It's not locked. Swings open. There's the shop that you remember.
Say his name and
Probably
he
about 90-foot
appears.
ceilings. There are shelves and balconies and such all around. There are tables and chests and films of wonder, large braziers everywhere you look, large bowls. It's clearly a magical shop of wonder. It's almost as if everything is glowing and bright gold and yellow and pinks, and it's you're just surrounded by wonder. And so in the shop are soldiers cloaked in gold and red. They have red capes. They have gold breastplates. They each have long swords, helms. Spin around and look in the direction of the door as it opens, and as you step out into the storefront, and you're stepping out behind a long um, counter. This is clearly the merchant's counter that you're stepping out from behind.
Yeah, that tracks.
They see you. They see you. They turn and draw their swords, taking a defensive stance. You have clearly taken them by surprise.
Are these automatons or are these actual dudes?
They're actual soldiers. It looks
Okay.
like you've caught them unaware. One steps forward, and you look in Discord under Mad Mage.
Move. Move, cat.
Carrying a shield.
Oh,
Golden shield.